Millions of years ago, Lucifer, once a radiant angel of light, attempted a grand rebellion against God, driven by his desire for supremacy. His insurrection was met with swift and decisive action from the Almighty, resulting in his expulsion from heaven and his fall into the fiery depths of hell. Archangel Michael, God's loyal warrior, was tasked with ensuring Lucifer's eternal imprisonment. With divine strength, Michael chained Lucifer to a massive rock in the heart of hell, sealing him with his own holy sword. As Michael turned to leave, Lucifer, with a burning rage and unyielding hatred, swore he would one day return, not as a subjugated being, but as God's equal, determined to bring about the end of all things holy. In the year 2022, Laura, an ambitious and passionate art historian, is studying in Italy. Her goal is to write a groundbreaking thesis that challenges conventional beliefs, arguing that the great Italian artists of the Renaissance did not truly believe in the angels and demons they depicted in their art. This controversial idea, however, is met with disdain and hostility from her professor, who sees it as an insult to Italy's rich cultural and religious history. He even tries to pressure her into discussing the matter privately at his apartment. Laura flees from him, determined to continue her work on her own terms. Seeking refuge and support, Laura meets with Father Marconi. He offers her a special pass granting access to all the exhibitions in his cathedral, including the renowned Shroud of Turin, believed to bear the blood of Jesus from his crucifixion. Marconi gives Laura a thorough tour, showing her the shroud in their newest exhibit, a magnificent statue of Archangel Michael, triumphantly defeating Lucifer. The two engage in a deep and thought-provoking conversation about the nature of evil and the eternal struggle between good and evil. Eventually, Marconi leaves Laura alone to sketch the statue for her thesis, unaware of the sinister events that are about to unfold. As Laura immerses herself in her work, she begins to feel a growing sense of unease. She hears whispers of her name with no one around, a chilling and inexplicable sensation. Dismissing it as her imagination, Laura tries to focus, but the feeling of being watched lingers. As the exhibition nears closing time, a raven, mysterious and ominous, flies into the building. It lands at the entrance and, in a dark and magical transformation, changes into Liz, a cunning and malevolent figure. Her actions caught on security cameras but unnoticed by the human eye. Liz makes her way to the corridor of statues, where she observes Laura from a distance. Suddenly, she notices something unsettling. The head of Lucifer on the statue seems to move, as if alive. Laura, already on edge, is startled by the appearance of a raven at the window. Seizing the moment, Liz steals Michael's sword from the statue, a critical act in her sinister plan. A guard mistakes Laura for Liz and accosts her, but she proves her authorized presence. The guard, thinking it was a misunderstanding, leaves, and Laura resumes gathering her belongings, unaware of the sword's disappearance and the impending danger. Seeking an exit, Laura stumbles back into the corridor and is horrified to witness Liz decapitating the guard with the stolen sword. Terrified, Laura hides in a confessional booth, watching in fear as Liz uses the guard's severed eyes to disable the security system and break the glass protecting the shroud. Father Marconi hears the commotion and rushes to intervene, but Liz mortally wounds him with ruthless efficiency. Liz's henchmen arrive to secure the shroud, and Liz spots Laura hiding in the booth, ordering her capture with cold determination. As the henchmen drag Laura away, Marconi uses his dying breath to pray for Michael's intervention. In an instant, Michael descends from heaven, possessing Marconi's body to pursue Liz and her group. Meanwhile, in a different part of Italy, a group of elite spectators gathers to watch a prodigy child play the violin flawlessly. Dr. Laurent, the mastermind behind this clandestine event, reveals that the child is a clone of Antonio Vivaldi, part of his company's controversial project to clone historical figures using DNA extracted from their graves. The babies are auctioned off to wealthy patrons, with the latest being a clone of Michelangelo. Liz arrives at the event, informing Laurent that they have secured the shroud. The group transports the shroud to Lucifer Villa, where Laurent eagerly anticipates cloning Jesus himself. Laura, now imprisoned in a glass cell with other women, tries to calm a panicking cellmate, sharing her own tragic loss of her husband and child in a desperate attempt to find solace. The nurses arrive to take Laura's vitals, ignoring her pleas for information and leaving her in a state of helpless anxiety. Michael, now back at the cathedral, finds other priests reviewing the security footage. They are shocked to see Marconi alive, but Michael, in Marconi's body, demands answers about the protectors of the shroud, a secret society dedicated to guarding the sacred relic. The priests explain that Cardinal Vincini, who had become obsessed with demonic threats and secret cults, is now a hermit living in an asylum. Michael takes the footage, inquires about Laura's whereabouts, and makes the priest promise to keep his visit secret. He leaves in Marconi's car, using painkillers found in the glove box to manage his vessel's pain. At the villa, scientists work tirelessly to extract Jesus' DNA from the shroud, their every move guided by Laurent's obsessive desire for success. Michael arrives at the asylum, where a paranoid and delusional Vincini immediately recognizes Michael's angelic nature. Vincini reveals that the villa was built around Hell's entrance, and that the asylum serves as a lookout for any signs of demonic activity. He explains that Lucifer's return requires two ancient beasts, Liz, who was once an angel of the Lord turned dark, and a second beast of the ground. For years, Lucifer's followers have tried to find a suitable vessel for him, but human bodies have proven too weak. Cloning Jesus offers a perfect vessel strong enough to contain Lucifer's immense power. Michael, horrified by this revelation, vows to stop them at all costs. Vincini drives Michael to the villa's base, where Lucifer's chains react to Michael's presence, vibrating with a dark energy. Inside the villa, the imprisoned women discuss their lives, with Laura revealing her past losses and the pain that haunts her. Laurent confirms that Laura is the perfect candidate for their plan, and Liz orders the process to be expedited. The nurses return, taking Laura and another woman to the surgery room, where they are implanted with fertilized eggs containing Jesus' DNA. Liz, identifying herself as an angel with a twisted sense of purpose, praises Laura's sketches of Lucifer, which had inspired her malevolent plans. Meanwhile, Vincini leaves Michael at a secret cave entrance. Vincini gives Michael his weapon, and Michael begins his perilous journey through the dark and treacherous cave. Back at the villa, Laura and Brenda, the other woman, are dressed as brides and taken to a grand gathering of Lucifer's followers. They are chained to a massive pillar and lowered into a well surrounded by demonic figures. Lucifer's essence enters Brenda, who struggles in agony, but ultimately succumbs to the dark power and dies. Lucifer then possesses Laura, who miraculously survives the process, her body and soul now entwined with the fallen angel's essence. Laura, now under Lucifer's control, is presented as the chosen one and placed in a glass cell with advanced monitoring equipment. Michael reaches the villa, retrieves the shroud, and confronts Laurent, who cryptically mentions working for a new beginning that will reshape the world. Michael sets the lab on fire, causing an alarm that disrupts the villa's sinister operations. Laura, feeling the rapid growth of the baby within her, pleads with the nurse to release her, but her cries for help are ignored, leaving her in a state of increasing despair. Michael arrives, subdues the nurse, and reunites with Laura, who initially mistakes him for Marconi. Lucifer telepathically taunts Michael, causing Laura to think Michael is an enemy. Frightened and confused, she runs. But Michael catches up and explains his divine mission to protect her and stop Lucifer's return. They are interrupted by Liz's guards. Liz, recognizing Laura's importance to Lucifer's plan, orders her unharmed, while Michael and Laura fight their way through the villa's dark corridors. In a desperate and intense battle, Michael and Laura face overwhelming odds as they try to escape through the cave. The beast, a terrifying and powerful entity, catches up to them, and a fierce confrontation ensues. Michael, weakened by the strain of his human form, is overpowered and captured once again. Liz, realizing Laura's significance to Lucifer's plan, ensures her safety while plotting to eliminate Michael. Chained and weakened, Michael drags himself to the well, where he makes the ultimate sacrifice, jumping into hell itself. There, he is attacked by swarms of demons, but manages to reach the rock where Lucifer was once imprisoned. To his horror, he discovers his holy sword is missing, leaving him vulnerable and in despair. Demons chain Michael, leaving him to face the darkness alone. Laura, meanwhile, feels Lucifer's essence leaving her body temporarily as he makes her an offer. the power to exact vengeance on those who wronged her. Desperate and consumed by grief, Laura agrees, allowing Lucifer to take full control of her body. She uses her newfound powers to kill a nurse and attempts to end her own life to stop the birth of the demonic child. Liz intervenes, but Lucifer punishes her, emphasizing his dominance and control. In hell, Michael learns from the children imprisoned there about the location of his sword. With their help, he retrieves it and regains his full angelic form, defeating the demons that stand in his way. Promising to return and free the children, Michael makes his way back to Earth, determined to stop Lucifer's return and save Laura. Michael finds her and explains the true nature of her baby. In a climactic final confrontation, Liz tries to baptize the baby with blood, but Michael and Laura intervene. An explosion triggered by Michael's divine power destroys the villa, sealing hell's entrance and preventing Lucifer's return. Laura escapes with the baby, and they find refuge with Vincini, who offers them protection and guidance. Years later, Laura and Vincini live in a secluded and peaceful place, protecting the child, who has grown into a healthy and happy boy. Liz, still loyal to Lucifer, tries to contact him through dark rituals, but the child, with his divine essence, absorbs Lucifer's presence, keeping him imprisoned and powerless. Thanks for watching this recap. If you like this video, make sure to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Peace.